Hello, and welcome to Craftmas. It is the 12 days of Craftmas, and we are doing featured makers every day until the 12th when we have our giveaway. I'm so excited. And to kick it off, I figured I would start it off myself. I'm Kate, I'm a watercolor artist, and because it's weird to interview myself, I'm going to have Miss Chelsea here interviewing me. Chelsea, would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Hi, I'm Chelsea of Magnolia Mark Studio, and I am a professional calligrapher and major cake junkie.
Right back at you, girl. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is so unhinged. We're friends IRL, and so I'm sorry. It's just going to be a silly goose fest. So the giveaway, briefly before we get into it, is go check out the link in below and you can sign up to enter the giveaway, and there are tons and tons and tons of really cool prizes. All our DIY kits from a bunch of makers. We've got so many prizes, and there's gonna be a little craft party on the internet on the 12th. So woo! And now, Chelsea, go for it.
Oh my gosh, Kate. Okay, so I've wanted to ask you this question forever. How did you get into watercolor?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, I'm Kate. I make watercolor kits. My business is called Splatter and Bloom. Completely forgot about that information.
Oh,
Don't you forget? So I got into watercolor. I've always been like a crafty little goose, but I had never like done it since middle school. And I took a class with Sarah Simon, the Mint Gardener,
oh
on
yeah.
Instagram, and she has like a lot of really lovely books and is just a delightful human being. So I took a little class from her, and it was just like simple stuff, like a little intro, and I was like, ooh, this is fun. And I just kind of forgot about it. And when I had my daughter, I was like, ooh, I need something. I had decided not to go back to teaching, and I was like, I need something to do that is not changing diapers and just being a milkmaid. So I TMI, I don't know. Here we are. But
Amazing. Yeah.
I picked up watercolor again, and I just like kind of haven't stopped. So yeah.
So it kind of became this little addiction that morphed
Yes.
into a business.
Yes. Well, and it's so great because it's like super easy to clean up, and you can pick it up and drop it off like whenever. So it was the perfect thing for like a new mom who like has unclear amounts of time in between naps and things like that. It's like very relaxing. So it kind of came to me at the perfect time. And yeah, I haven't stopped. Like I started making cards and prints and stickers and all this stuff, and we are transitioning to only watercolor kits, which is so exciting because coming from a teaching background, I am like very passionate about the teaching part of it. So it feels very authentic and true to me, and very exciting and fun for whomever is doing the kit.
I will say I've taken your watercolor kit classes and they are incredible. Like I have no painting talent. And so whenever you were sitting there guiding us through everything, it feels like we're just out having coffee.
Great. I'm definitely having a lot of coffee.
No, I just love it because it goes from this whole abstract idea to something very tangible and doable.
Yeah. Yay, good. That's exactly what I want to accomplish.
But tell me
Yeah,
about your kits. Like, what is it that they have in them?
yeah, so the kits have everything you need. You just like literally need a cup of water. So it comes
Wow.
with 3 designs already on Arch's watercolor paper, or if you're very fancy, you pronounce it Arch like the French. And so it's already on here. You don't have to draw anything. Oh, I started that one and realized I wasn't recording. So anyway,
That's the
this is
worst.
from our Feminist Florals watercolor kit. This is what is going to be in the giveaway, and it's our newest kit, and I'm super
I
excited.
love it.
So pretty. So it comes with these 3, and this is like creme de la creme of watercolor paper. Chelsea, I think you use this too with calligraphy, right?
Yeah, all the time.
It's a big deal.
It,
And people are like, oh, well, you could use like, I don't know, other watercolor artists are like, oh, well, you could use different paper. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't want, it would make it, I don't know. I want to give you the best stuff to like start you off on a good foot. And if you've never done watercolor before, then you're set up for success. And if you have done watercolor before, it's a real big treat to be able to like use these materials that are really nice, and you don't have to like buy the whole book. Like a whole block of Arches paper can be like $45, and
No
our kits are
kidding.
43. So, I'm here for you, boo boo. And then it comes with paints, and this one is that usually isn't there. I kind of blobbed it, which is why it's
Not
my
a bonus paint. Hello.
bonus. But it comes with little paint dots, and these look tiny, but they are mighty. So my daughter has been making some gift tags with some of our paint dots. They used to be this size, but we have been like going to town on this for many, 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 many paintings that look a lot like this.
Oh.
And, there's still paint. So this should get you through all 3 of those paintings, plus maybe a little bit more. They're all professional grade watercolor paints. So they are going to be really high quality, really juicy colors, no filler. So you're like straight to the good stuff, and so fun. So that's a nice like little way to try out some professional grade paints. Cause again, those tubes are expensive. So it's like, it can be like $15 for like a teeny tube of paint. Like, let me get you a size example. Like this size. So
$15?
yeah.
Girl,
I mean, it depends on the paint, but like
yeah.
$11 to like $17 is kind of like the thing. So yuck.
Okay.
I got you. So this is a really great way to kind of test out some nice paint. You get 3 paint brushes, and there's video tutorials that walk you through step by step, everything to do. And I really try to make it like my tagline is accessible, doable, and fun. So I try to make sure that we're teaching the basic watercolor skills. I'm giving you options to like take it up the next level, but I kind of tell you before so that it's not like, okay, now we're going into this, and you're like, whoa, I think I want the beginner part.
Never even dipped a brush. Yeah.
Right? Like just calm down. Okay. So I try to like, give you options like in yoga where you would get the, like they're like, okay, this is what you would do if you're
your modifications.
Thank you. Modifications. Like I try to do that as well. And a lot of people ask if it's paint by numbers, but watercolor is transparent. So you can't have numbers on there. You'd see them through, or translucent, excuse me. But it's kind of like paint by numbers in the sense that I'm walking you through each of it, or you can paint on your own and just kind of explore the joys of watercolor on your own. It's very long-winded.
No, I mean, rightfully so. You want to be passionate about what you sell. And
clearly I don't care at all. I have like no
absolutely no interest in teaching people whatsoever.
Watercolor, what is it? I don't even know.
The thing I love about your kits is that a lot of people buy the good stuff and then they never use it because they're so afraid they're going to mess up. So all of your kits are there's no high risk involved in using the good stuff.
No, exactly. Like the only wasted art supply, I mean, let me know if you think this is true, but like is the unused one. Like even if you woefully mess up, like you've learned something every time you pick up materials and try something new. So it's really important to me to be able to like offer this thing that is like, it's not like the cheap Crayola stuff that you're going to find for $12, but you don't have to buy all the supplies from like picking the supplies takes time, going to the store or waiting for them to come. Like my goal is to make it so that you can open this up and be like, what I'm arting. So yeah.
If that's not a sticker soon. No, I love that. I love that. Okay, so in that context, who do you think who is this product for?
Yeah, so I made it basically for myself in a sense where it's like for folks who are wanting something more, but don't have a lot of time or resources or energy to like do the homework, do the research, do the shopping. Like we just got to get to that thing that's going to help us feel better and more full. And so this is great, especially for moms, like new moms too, like wanting just a little brain treat for you when you're so busy and whatever. I have a lot of folks who are stocking up on things for our dark Seattle winters. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
it's really great to have some craft things in your closet so you can like grab something to do other than just like binge watch TV, which I mean we will be doing a lot of, but it's
Obviously.
that. I've had folks doing this like when they're recovering from like surgery, or one gal had a leg surgery, and so she got a kit and was able to paint. She could even do it in the hospital, which was so cool. I mean, I wish she didn't have to get leg surgery, but
I mean,
have
yeah.
something other than just like watching TV. Again, not that anything's wrong with TV, but it can be nice to kind of use the creative side of your brain as well.
Yeah. Recover in lots of ways.
Exactly. Or just somebody looking for something creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Yeah.
So, Kate, what is it that you love about watercolor? We had to talk several times.
Okay. I feel like from this chaotic energy that I'm bringing to the table today, you might
Here
not
for it.
know that I am type A. I feel like when I had children, like I am type Z, which is like I want to be type A, but like actually everything is just all over the place and I have literally no control.
I've never heard that before.
And I feel like that's what I love about watercolor is I love the challenge of figuring out what the water is going to do and interacting with the paint, but I also love that the unexpected happens, and that's part of the beauty. Like some of my favorite parts of watercolor is when the water maybe ebbs and flows in a different way than I was expecting, and it's like, oh, I messed up, but then it's like, no, that's part of the journey, and it ends up being my favorite part of the painting, like that little bloom or that little burst of color, or that splash of paint that I just spilled right on my finished painting. I'm like, great, let's go for it. It adds that flair, but I just think that the water is working with you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're literally going with the flow.
Going with the flow. Yeah, I am. I'm like screaming into the computer. I'm so sorry.
So, because in art, you have to find that space to be okay with making these mistakes to see where you can go.
Exactly. And I think I guess that's a second one, if I may. I mean, I don't know. This is my extravaganza, so I guess I can do whatever I want. The other thing is that I learn something new every single time I pick up paint. Like every single time. There is not a time that I start painting that I don't discover something new about my paints, about my brushes, about my paper, or like just water, or about myself. Like, so good. So yeah, I mean, watercolor's like okay or whatever.
It's so great to have that time to just be quiet and reflect. And I don't know, it's really good for your soul.
Yes. I mean, clearly I need some quiet time. And it really is. I have a hard time accessing like that meditative state and that peaceful state of mind, but it is something that I can achieve in watercolor. And I've heard that from a lot of folks. They like really do feel relaxed. And I mean, you can hear it in the tutorials. I'm starting out and I'm like, oh, and then as I get into it, I'm like, okay, now is the part where I'm relaxing into it and we should be feeling calmer. And you go through the journey with me.
Again, it feels like we're having coffee. We start out really strong and
then we're just ready for a little nap at the end.
I will absolutely get a kit if it involves a nap. Absolutely.
It does not. It does not. Oh, a kid. I thought you said a kid, but you meant a kit. Yeah, a kit can involve a nap. It's like kids do not involve naps. Oh god.
Yeah, no, that's a dogs right there. Okay, Kate. So we talked about mistakes, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a crafting fail?
Oh my gosh. There are like so many. I mean, I spill on my paintings all the time. I like one time my dog peed on a painting. Like you remember those big flowers that I made for our background, like the background back when we were like Talcott artistry?
Yeah.
I'd like made these huge flowers, and he like went up while I was making them and he peed on them. So
Love that.
yeah, that was a thing.
Family
But
event.
anyway, I would say my biggest fail is like getting really excited about it. Like, and this is something that I deal with a lot, is getting really excited about something and then being like, well, I'm halfway done and that seems like enough, and putting it away and then I feel guilty about it. And
Right.
this is something that I'm kind of like working through right now, is being okay that maybe I leave things unfinished because I'm making room for the next creative thing. I think in our society today, it's like, finish this project. We do everything. We complete things. Like,
Yeah.
I did this and check, it's done. And I don't know that life is that linear or that black and white, right? Like sometimes a project is serving you in the moment, and then it's okay if it's not serving you anymore.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like, crazy stuff like where the dog's peeing on things or have like messed everything up. But like, I feel like that is a lesson that I'm continuously trying to remind myself of.
Yeah.
You don't have to like complete everything for it to be
Yeah.
beneficial to you. It's not always about the end product.
Oh, I like that a lot. That was deep.
Right? I got depth.
Like, how many people have those work in progress like tucked away in their closet that they'll get to eventually?
Oh yeah, at least a gazillion. I feel like we're in the process of like moving
Yeah.
all over the place. But we're like in an Airbnb, whatever. Anyway, so I feel like it's been a good opportunity to kind of like say, you know what? Thank you for what you've provided and goodbye. I'm throwing you in the trash. So
That is such a good feeling.
it is. I haven't missed it. So, there we go. No regrets.
Let's say you're in the process of moving and you accidentally get rid of all of your watercolor. What is your next craft?
No.
It's not dire stakes. You can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah,
your watercolor.
I let's see. So I have never tried crocheting, and I've gotten really I knit, and I've done some knitting projects. Again, they're usually half finished, but here we are. I have a sweater I've been working on for like 3 years, but I got a Woobles from her friend Emily at Hey Lemon. She makes really fun, like bookish feminist stickers and stuff. Check her out. But so she got me a Woobles, and I still haven't done it yet. Have you done yours?
I haven't.
But I really want to. I think it's going to be a really fun like evening activity after the kids have gone to sleep, and I'm just going to like learn something. And I love that it's in a kit and I don't have to like get all the stuff. Like it's right there. I don't have to figure out a place to store it. It comes in a little box. Like I love a kit,
I am right there. If there is one less thing I have to shop for, I am all about it.
Yes.
Research rabbit hole. No, thank you.
Yes. And I will, like, that will be such a time suck to like look through, be like, okay, well, this crochet needle. And then I'll be like, well, sure, I need like 47 crochet needles. And then it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You just need the ones for the project. And maybe you'll like it and maybe you won't. So let's just chill.
But what if I buy all the things first?
That I did that with yarn and like fibers, and then I think we might have lost it in the move. I have like those like Costco bins. I'm devastated. Time will tell. I'll report back, everyone, but I cannot find it.
I bet you'll be 80 and it'll just come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, it's the fiber. That's how I sound when I'm 80. It's covered in moths.
I love where we're going with this. We need like an older person party.
Okay, maybe that's the Craftmas theme. Granny.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. What kind of deals do you have going on? Do you have any like
yes
you want to do?
So TikTok is actually having a bunch of deals on stuff. They're like adding coupons to things, which is super cool. We are offering in person, if you're local to Seattle, greater area, we're doing these gift tag DIY gift tag kits. And if we still have a bunch left after our markets, I'm going to be listing them. So stay tuned for that. Our cutoff date for shipping is I think the 15th is what we decided on.
Nice.
So like guaranteed by Christmas. But you can still ship after that if you're feeling like, wild. But yeah, we've got
Love
kids.
an after Christmas present. Come on.
We've got kits. And we're actually discontinuing all our cards and other products. So if you have, we used to make funny punny cards. So if that is of interest to you, go get them now before they're gone. So
I love that. Okay. Where can we find you? Where do we go buy these things?
Okay. So I am on we have our own shop online. It's splatterandbloom.com. I'm on Etsy, Splatter and Bloom. You can find me on Instagram at splatter.and.bloom, and all the other social medias, Splatter and Bloom.
Yeah. Working that out.
Yeah. So thanks for interviewing me, Chelsea.
Absolutely unhinged. These are my favorite kind of meetings.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording and then I'm gonna interview you. Get psyched.
I know.